welcome to Heal Your Inner Critic. My name is Sera Rahimova. I am a Russian-trained actress, international performer, and certified Dream Awake EFT practitioner devoted to helping you unleash, unlock, unearth your highest expression in art and life. We're gonna dive right in because this is Tune Your Artist in 10 and we're doing big transformations, big breakthroughs, big ahas in 10 minutes or less with the power and magic of Dream Awake EFT tapping. So let's get right into it. We're gonna begin by massaging the emotional well. This is where we start every tapping session, tuning into that inner critic. We all have one. Maybe yours even has a name. Tuning into that voice in our head that's just kind of there in the background, that egoic presence that has lots of opinions about what we can and can't do. And just tuning into how it's relating to your life right now. Maybe there's a certain project or a certain role or a certain gig or collaboration or idea you want to take action on, and that inner critic is just going haywire. It's like, blah, 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 you can't do this, you're not enough, you don't have the resources, you don't have the money, you don't have the skill set, you don't have the connections, whatever it is. Feeling it right now, take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Tapping all over the chest. I even forgot where the points were. That's how intense my inner critic is. Kidding. But yes, I have a very intense inner critic. I'm feeling a lot of inner criticism right now. And it's really hard to handle. Tapping in between the eyebrows. My inner critic is telling me, what is your inner critic telling you? That you can't do it, that it's too late, that you're not good looking enough, that you don't know the right people, that you don't have enough money, tapping the temples, that you're not worthy. My inner critic is telling me, tapping underneath the eyes. And it's really a lot to carry. Tapping underneath the nose. I've been dealing with this dense and negative voice for a really long time. Just tuning into the history of how present this inner critic has been in your life, in your career, perhaps even back to childhood, in your school days. This inner critic has been with me for a long time. Tapping all over the chest. And I've tried a lot of things to help me move through this. So just tuning into the ways you deal with it, how you deal with this voice. Do you scroll on social media? Do you get in a fight with it? Do you spiral down into negativity and depression? Do you completely shut down? Do you numb out? Do you dissociate? Do you go binge and watch Netflix? Tapping the front of the ribs. I've been dealing with this negative voice in my head by, tell me how, tapping the side of the ribs, and it hasn't really seemed to be working. Tapping the inside of the left wrist. In fact, it's kind of been making the situation worse. So just tuning into that voice, what you do to try to combat that voice or push against that voice or tell that voice it's wrong, or you succumb to the voice, it pulls you down, it pulls you in the gunk and the goo, and you're just there in the muck and you can't get out. Tapping the side of the thumb by the nail. My inner critic really has me down right now. And I'm not sure how to get free. Tapping the pointer finger by the nail. And I've been dealing with this for a long time. And I could use a miracle right now. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Let it all out. Even though my inner critic's giving me a hard time, I'm open to loving and accepting myself anyways. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. Even if my inner critic says I can't love and accept myself, I'm open to the possibility that I'm worthy of loving and accepting myself. Exactly as I am. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Tapping the inside of the pinky finger. And when you tune into this voice in your head, dear artist, who does this voice remind you of? Tapping the side of the hand. Oftentimes, these voices aren't even our own. So who does this voice remind you of? Is it a guardian or parent or caregiver, a teacher, maybe a friend, maybe something that happened at work? Just tuning into where that voice might be coming from. And let's just hold it in love and compassion and empathy and forgiveness right now. Because we've been carrying this thing that's probably not even ours. And we've been stuck in the story of this thing that's probably not even ours. And when we're stuck in this story, we keep creating experience to reaffirm that story. And then we're just in this spiral. So let's just hold ourselves in deep love and compassion and forgiveness right now. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Tapping all over the head. I'm open to forgiving myself for this negative voice in my head that's been talking me out of my blessings. Tapping between the eyebrows. That's been making me feel small and unworthy. Tapping the temples. That's been making me feel hurt and unlovable. Just tuning into how this voice has been impacting your life. Tapping underneath the eyes. How you show up to your day. How you wake up in the morning. What you feel when you look in the mirror. How you show up with your friends. How you relate to a colleague. How you put yourself out there with your ideas and projects and auditions and performances and dreams. How you show up for the very core dreams you're here to bring forth on the planet. How that inner critic is always there and always has an opinion. Tapping underneath the nose. Holding this part of you in deep love right now as you would a child. As you would a child who's just looking for acceptance and compassion and a big ol' hug. Just holding this part of you in support, in recognition, in infinite care and love. As we take an inhale here, we're gonna just embrace it fully and wrap it up with unconditional love. Amazing. Tapping all over the chest. I'm open to holding my inner critic in love right now. It's possible that's what they really want. It's possible this part of me just wants to feel safe as I grow and change. Tapping the front of the ribs. And let's just be with that right now, right? Because the number one goal of our subconscious, of our nervous system, is just to keep us safe. So what if we could view our inner critic as just a mechanism to protect us? That it's just doing the best it can to keep us safe. And what's safe to the unconscious is what's familiar. Tapping the side of the ribs. And I invite our higher selves into this space right now. The part of us that's unencumbered by ego, that has the direct phone line to the divine, that is absolute love and overflowing compassion. Your higher self, your favorite self, your most magical self, however you want to call it. Tapping the inside of the right wrist. Let's invite them into this space right now. And this is the part of you that's infinite, that can do anything, be anything, express anything, achieve anything. It's just love. It's just love, baby. It's just love. And what would they have to say to this inner critic right now, this part of you that's scared and afraid and just trying to keep you safe? What's something they could give? Tapping the side of the thumb by the nail to soften, to open, to lighten, to ease, to soothe. Just imagine your higher self, the energy of your higher self, just wrapping this whole space up in love and compassion and empathy. This part of you that's contracting and clenching, and your higher self is opening and softening. Tapping the pointer finger by the nail. My higher self is telling my inner critic. What are they telling you? Tapping the middle finger by the nail. My higher self is sharing with my inner critic. What's the message? You can let go. You're safe. I got you. The time is now and it's yours and you're protected and guided and fabulous. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. My higher self is telling my inner critic that. Tapping the inside of the pinky finger. And it's possible I can believe this. It's possible this message is true. Tapping the side of the hand. And I want you to tune into how your inner critic is receiving this message now. Maybe there's still some resistance there, and that's okay. We're going to hold that resistance in love anyways. But maybe it is opening and softening and lightening and expanding. Just letting go of the reins, just a little bit. Because when we let go and we relax and our whole physical system drops into that space of relaxation, we're open to receive more of what we want. Inspiration, support, guidance, abundance, whatever it might be. Tapping all over the head. My inner critic is ready to take a little breather right now. Tapping in between the eyebrows. It's possible I can move forward in tandem with my inner critic. Tapping the temples. That we can move in harmony and compassion. Tapping underneath the eyes versus pushback and resistance. Because me being at war with my own thoughts hasn't been helping me. Tapping underneath the nose. But maybe loving my own thoughts can. Tapping underneath the lips. And I want you to tune into the part of yourself deep down that knows that when you're creating something new in your life, whether you're stepping out with a new project or auditioning for a new role or going out on a first date or whatever it is, when you're in this realm of unknown or uncertainty, when the inner critic really gets activated, that we're ultimately creating something new. And that's a beautiful thing. Tapping all over the chest. So what's something we can do to help our inner critic feel safe? To feel protected, to feel seen, to feel supported. Because when we give it that love and compassion and empathy and recognition, it loosens its grip and then we have all this energy to create with. So what are some things we can give our inner critic? Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm choosing to give my inner critic. What is it? Patience, love, support, value, being seen, forgiveness, a laugh maybe. Tapping the side of the ribs. Maybe just some playtime, some free time just to go wild and then realize that it's got all its energy out and it's just ready to sit back on the couch and watch me fly. Tapping the inside of the left wrist. I'm choosing to give my inner critic. What is it? Tapping the inside of the left wrist. And it's possible I can move forward with more ease now. Tapping the pointer finger by the nail. It's possible I can move forward with more fun and grace now. Tapping the middle finger by the nail. It's possible I can move forward with groundedness and positivity and self-belief now. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. And I deeply deserve that. Tapping the inside of the pinky finger. In the process of bringing my dreams into form, I deserve to have fun. Tapping the side of the hand. And I forgive myself for my old relationship with my inner critic. I'm creating a new one now. One that uplifts and expands my life. Tapping all over the head. One that enlivens and inspires my life. One that allows more love to flow through my life. Bless my life. Light up my life. Because I'm worthy of that. And my inner critic is worthy of that too. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Tapping all over the body. Tell me 5 things you're ready to feel on a consistent basis as you grow and change, and your inner critic is there on the sidelines supporting you because it now feels safe, supported, seen, protected, and valued. But it's there in the back seat. It's not driving the car, it's just in the back seat. What are 5 things you're ready to feel on a consistent daily basis now as you grow, evolve, and change and share your gifts with the world? I deserve to feel, tell me 5 things. Peace, harmony, grace, silly. I deserve to experience laughter, positivity, flow, abundance, happiness. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Deep breath in here. Let it all out. Gently giving yourself a hug. Loving up yourself. And loving up your inner critic too. And knowing that as you grow, your inner critic will continue to expand with you to new heights. But it doesn't have to hold you back. In fact, it can be a co-creative partner in this journey to see where parts of you need more love, more safety, more protection, more affirmation of your greatness. Absolutely. And so it is. Let me know how this tap landed for you. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to share with a creative bestie, a friend, a colleague, a coworker, a family member, and please share any revelations, breakthroughs, ahas in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And I love having these types of dialogues. I believe in you. I honor your inner critic. But more than that, I honor the mission you have here on the planet, and let us not let those voices in our head hold us back, but instead catapult us further than wherever we thought we could go. So much love.